N-E-W-S.
The big news of the day is, it's still really cold in the American heartland. Colder in parts of the U.S. than in Antarctica. In fact, hell has frozen over. Hell, Michigan, that is. But as someone who's actually lived in that hellhole known as the Great Lakes State, it's always hell in Michigan. But let's forget about the frigid wasteland and move on to something much more important. The plastic straw police. In the nation's capital, the D.C.'s Department of Energy and Environment, who wield the high-minded duty of policing the capital for plastic straw violations, are slurping up straw evildoers all over the swamp. According to Julie Lawson, director of the D.C. Office of the Clean City, quote, "Single-use plastics are taking the same cultural place as tobacco, where it's socially unacceptable." Office of the Clean City. You have to wonder, have these government officials ever taken a look at the city they actually inhabit? Currently, D.C. is under a grace period for the possession of plastic straws, but starting in January, businesses that are in custody of contraband plastic straws can face an $800 fine. White House hopeful and former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz came out swinging following Senator Elizabeth Warren's statement that he is out of touch with America because he's filthy rich.
Elizabeth Warren said some pretty sharp words about me. She referred to me as a billionaire out of touch with the American people. What we need right now in America is for the country to come together, and for the Democrats and Republicans who have been unwilling to work together. What we need is a government that can work for us, for leadership that we can trust. And if I run for president, what I'm going to try and do is restore the faith in the promise of the country and the American dream.
Schultz, who has been scolded by Democrats for what many fear would split the vote for the party, has rebuked both Democrats and Republicans for failing to provide the leadership America needs. Relying on his expertise as the nation's lead barista, Schultz had this to say on Fox News.
I think the Democrats need a little bit less caffeine right now, is what I think.
You know, like him or not, the concept that a third-party candidate could somehow destroy democracy by taking votes from the two-party oligarchy is both sad and amusing. In other barista news, Starbucks is disseminating instructions on how to deal with possible irate customers upset over the former CEO's probing of a possible presidential run. Receiving a barista need-to-know update last week, the Huffington Post reports that baristas have been told that, quote, if a customer attempts to investigate or share aggressive political opinions, attempt to diffuse the situation.
Don't help elect Trump, you egotistical billionaire.
Really? Come on. Wouldn't it be much more fun to argue with them and egg them on? British comedian Russell Howard revealed that the BBC made him rewrite a joke because, get this, it might offend fundamentalist Islamist terrorists. Speaking on his Sky One show, Howard said that when he worked for the BBC, he did a piece on the Paris attacks and said ISIS weren't Muslims, they were terrorists.
They're ignorant thugs who've hijacked a religion to create fear. Or, to quote Boris Johnson, jihadis are porn-watching wankers.
But the BBC chiefs got their panties in a bunch and told Howard to rewrite the bit saying, you need to re-record it. You need to say ISIS aren't devout Muslims. Howard's response, quote, are you worried we're going to offend ISIS? Are they going to write in? You know, you just can't make this shit up.
N-E-W-S.